Hey. Happy Thursday, everyone. We got the best co-host on YouTube tonight. If you haven't met him, we got TJ and Mariah, the best. Coming to you
Hello,
in person.
Hey,
hello. It is
Hopefully, everyone's week has gone good.
it is good to be back with both you guys tonight.
It's like, what, is it 2
that's
weeks?
right.
Well, this is so we skipped last week because of the holiday. So, but
Right.
we were on the week before, so it's been 2 Thursdays.
It seems like a long time.
I hope everyone
That's it.
enjoyed their 4th.
It was very relaxing around here.
I was
I
gonna say
just
mine
laid
was
around,
quiet.
watched movies. I mean, I did celebrate it. I went to Sonic. I got the hamburger and hot dog. They were actually having a half off sale going on that day at Sonic. So,
Huh.
I mean,
Cool.
American tradition, you gotta have a hamburger and a hot dog. And I went and got the classic Lay's chips
Yep.
to go with it.
No, so you had like your own little like kind of a barbecue situation.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. You
The
still
4th
got all
was
your
actually Cameron's
fingers.
birthday.
It
What?
was Cam's birthday.
Yeah. How was it, Mariah? What'd you
It
do?
was nice. I mean, well, it was sort of bittersweet for him because he had to have a tooth pulled the day before,
Oh no.
unfortunately.
Ooh.
So
Is he better now?
he couldn't really enjoy it to the fullest. But, as far as being able to eat and everything. But we were able to
Right.
see some of his family and watch some fireworks and stuff. And it was pretty okay.
Good.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me. A couple years ago, on my birthday, I got my wisdom tooth pulled. So,
That's right. I
I
remember you were
understand.
telling us about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand that. It's not. Yeah, I mean, it has to be done, but it'd be nice if it was another day. Anywho, I did put some poll in the chat for y'all to answer. It's pretty simple. By the way, if you haven't watched Foxy Fishy live stream this month yet, you're missing out. We understand they're giving giveaways every live stream this month. It's a Christmas in July, so if
Yep.
you want to win a good gift, go ahead and watch the live stream. They're right for us if you missed it. So
Yeah.
now I was there watching. I was lurking while setting up. It was really good, y'all.
I missed it. Unfortunately, today was an in the office day for me, and so by the time I got home, I was running around trying to get myself situated before going live. But I've watched their Christmas in July streams in the past, and they're always extremely well. I mean, every week they do a great stream, but
Mhm.
Christmas in July, they put a lot of effort and time and energy into it, and they even had Santa Claus, who
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fun.
who you might also recognize as Eric Wyrock, my buddy. So
Yeah,
it does not disappoint. So I'd encourage anybody who has not seen one of those streams, get on over there. Even if it's not this month, the streams they do all throughout the year are excellent.
yeah. And for those that don't know, if you want to find them, go on fishham.link, and there's a calendar that tell you all the days of the week and who's going live at what time. So that way you can get notified when whoever goes live. You can participate. By the way, I'm trying to pull up. There we go. The participation list on fishham.link. I'm gonna quick run down through it, then we'll go to our topic, y'all. We got Way. Who's in our first? Welcome in, bro. Long time no see. Jeff Pelham, Quinn Fantasy, Asaya, Dixon Designs, Linderworth, Jeff Kane, Nancy B, Dee, Foxy Fishy, Outside Aquatics, and Vinoski. Welcome in, y'all. And without further ado, we got our topic of the evening, and Mariah is the backbone of this one. It's all to her. She's awesome, y'all. I'm blessed to have one of the best co-hosts in the world.
She's got some
Thank you.
exciting stuff that precipitated this topic for tonight. So we're gonna let her, I think, take a large part of walking us through this, and we'll add in anything that we think that we have to contribute.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess no pressure.
Nope, not at all. Zero.
You got it.
All right. Well, so I actually was thinking of this because I am receiving new fish tomorrow, you guys. I actually won I was one of the winners of a giveaway on Instagram for one of the companies that I follow. A big shout out to Cichlids on Instagram. Definitely go check them out. They've got some really nice fish on their website. And as part of this giveaway, the prize was being able to go to their website and pick out any 4 fish that you like, that they have in stock, of course, and they will ship them to you for free.
Woo!
That's unbelievable.
And
Hey,
I received my UPS tracking number for the order this afternoon. They will be shipped out. They're shipping out tonight, and I will receive them tomorrow.
Nice. This is hey, moderators, you mind putting Cichlids Instagram in the chat? And everybody, if you have a chance, check them out and give them some love.
And what did you get, Mariah?
All right, so I chose a blue dragon blood peacock, a lemon jake, a swallowtail, and an azorius. All peacocks.
Excellent.
Good choice.
Excellent. Taking a little trip to Lake Malawi.
All right. And
Go ahead.
that was my drum roll.
Uh-huh.
They're going in this time. Which those of y'all that watch us on a regular basis already know what's in this tank. I have a Jack Dempsey, also known as Chris Jericho, and 2 Texas cichlids, Lobo and El Paso. Well, my Texas cichlids were originally in an African cichlid tank. It was pretty well established, so I'm not really too concerned with them. My main concern is the Jack Dempsey, because he's the bully sometimes. He was the reason that, well, he is the reason that I no longer have my Mayan terror. He's the reason that I also no longer have my other Jack Dempsey. So I'm a little worried about him, but I have a plan to try to combat that. So that brings me to tonight's topic. And not only am I preparing for new arrivals, but I'm preparing for new arrivals that are not the same species or subspecies as these, or even the same group. Well, I guess you would consider cichlids a group. I don't know the breakdown of all the terminology and everything, but y'all know what I'm trying to say.
It's an extremely distant connection, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
It's kind of what you're going for.
I'm not putting brothers and sisters together. I'm putting cousins together. So, there we go. But the plan to combat that is to start by, of course, doing a water change. Anytime you're going to get new fish in general, you want to do a water change, usually probably either the day before, a couple of days before, or at least within a few hours of getting the new fish. All right. You don't want to do it like, I probably wouldn't do it as the fish are acclimating in a bucket, next to the tank. I'm not going to do a water change right before they go in.
And why is that?
Excuse me, because as we all know, when you do a water change, depending on how you do it, If you stir up sediment or if you move stuff around in the tank, you're going to stir up a lot of stuff. And a lot of times it's not going to be caught in the water change. It's going to have to go back through the filter when you turn everything back on.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's how it is for myself, because everything gets turned off when I'm doing a water change. No filters are running, nothing's running. So when that happens, if you're putting brand new fish in that tank, it can send them into shock because there's a lot of stuff stirred up in that tank that they're not going to be ready for. They're already in a very sensitive state, being shipped, being in a bag, not being able to swim around in the tank. That's pretty stressful for the fish. So dropping them into a freshly water changed tank, I mean, it's probably not, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal to do so, but I would avoid it just because I think it would stir up a lot of stuff when you do a water change, and it's probably not a good idea to put them into that.
Yeah, it's probably just another variable, right? As far as
I agree.
Making an adjustment. So yeah, I mean, I think there's
Mhm.
lots of ways to kind of do this. So it's a matter of figuring out the process that you're comfortable with.
Hey, Big Steve, welcome in. So,
But definitely gonna do water change. And in the process of doing water change, going to rescape the entire tank. Excuse me. And in doing that, I am hoping to kind of mess up the whole scheme of things that they have going on already. And as I was telling you guys backstage, I was thinking about taking these guys out. Of course, while I do the water change and the rescape and everything, gonna add some more hardscape to it and kind of build the rocks up some more. So there's a little bit more area to break up the line of sight, and there's a lot more hiding places as well. Then when I'm ready to add the new fish to the tank, just drop everybody back in all at the same time. And like Todd kind of pointed out, mass confusion could kind of help things settle in a little bit more easily.
Yeah, I mean, I think that especially with some of the potential concern that you've got with the Jack Dempsey, right? I think taking the time to change it up, make sure that everybody's on a little bit more of an even playing field certainly couldn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
hey, Didi, 6 months already. Oh
Wow.
shit! Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Didi.
Thank you.
And I saw she said earlier she hadn't been feeling good. So Didi, I hope you're on the mend.
Yeah, get better, Didi. Hey, you know what? Since Didi did this, everybody make sure you subscribe to Didi Finton tonight. Actually, mothers, you might put Didi's link in the chat to her channel. She's awesome, y'all. I got a pleasure of meeting her in person last year. She's awesome. Thanks, Didi.
She said she's kind of on the mend. Okay. Well, hopefully you start feeling better soon. Sorry to hear that you're not been feeling well.
So, how do you prepare emotionally for these new arrivals?
Oh, my emotions are all over the place. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm worried. I'm like, don't even ask me about that. That's
I just did.
a whole
I
nother.
want to hear the air.
That's like a backstage mind ramble right there that you're asking me to do.
Oh, so in other words, I need to wait till after the live to ask you the question, huh?
There we go. Because the emotional side of me is just like, oh my God, yes, no, wait a minute. What if this happens? What if that happens? Like, I'm freaking out, but not freaking out. I'm like, nah, it's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. I know what I'm doing. But on the other hand, I'm like, what if I make a stupid rookie mistake? See, you got me going already. I'm gonna shut up.
No, go. It's good. I like this.
No, she's gonna be fine.
I'm gonna be fine. It's gonna be
No,
fine.
no, it'll be just fine. You're gonna be fine.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean,
June, become a
I'm
member.
a little worried, but more so that UPS is. I'm the biggest worry that I have is that UPS is not going to handle them with care,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and that they Darla from Finding Nemo, my new babies.
No. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Nancy B. Skull Aquatics.
Let me walk outside to get my delivery, and they toss my box on the ground. Y'all gonna see my mugshot the next morning.
Huh. Well, that's okay. Just
See
make
them
sure you're.
throw my box.
Just make sure that you're out before next Thursday because we need you.
Yeah. That's all it matters.
As long as the fish fam got bail money, we good.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Did you hear that, y'all? Y'all might want to go home tonight and pray that.
As long as y'all got
everything's
me, we good.
Everything's gonna be fine. No big
It'll
deal.
be great. It'll be fine. UPS will do fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
No,
then
my local fish guy does all his shipments through UPS, and he never really has any issues with them, so I'm not really that worried about it.
nope. And then you'll do your process and you'll be in great shape.
DJ says, it'll be fine, they said.
I gotta shout out Juanita.
Go ahead.
Dick Signs. She has gone on and commented on my last couple of race videos, and that she's got motion sickness, so she can't watch them, but she still goes and she gives them a like, and she leaves a little comment, and it's just very sweet. So I wanted
That's
to
so
comment
kind.
on that. Again, guys, like I have no expectations that anybody goes and watches any of that kind of stuff. If you want to, I'm perfectly happy to have you there and look at it. But I just wanted to comment that she's now put comments there that, hey, can't watch, but I can still give it a like, and something like that. And so I just wanted to say that was just very, very sweet of her to do that.
That's awesome.
That's
Thanks,
very
Renita.
kind.
So, TJ, how about you? What's your thoughts about the topic?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys do?
Yep.
Give me
So
some of your stuff.
Yep. So I tend to keep stuff the smaller fish. So the biggest fish that I have are my Parasipochromis, right? At adult size, they're like 4.5 inches, right?
Mhm.
So smaller stuff, and they all tend to be fairly peaceful. So I don't have a lot of the issues around having to like create confusion because they're gonna like murder each other. So for me, it's really
Mhm.
simple. If I trust the source, like I get quite a few fish from the local fish club, and those are usually they're brought in for breeder awards points, right? They're young fish, they're healthy. In a lot of cases, I won't necessarily quarantine those fish if I know the breeder and trust the source. So I bring them home, I acclimate them in the bag for a good 20 minutes to make sure the temperature's up to speed, and I plop and drop, and it has worked out really, really well. When I will say, I know we specified the topic is to an existing setup, but I did want to touch on, for me, a new setup. I'm much more finicky about what I do. I'm much more particular. I will use something I probably don't need to do, but I will set up the aquarium and I will use the Fritz. I think it's ammonium chloride or something like that. It's a powder that they've sold, and I've got this container that I've had now for years, and I'll probably never run out of the stuff. And I will actually cycle the aquarium for, it usually takes a couple of weeks, just because it just works. It works. The cycle gets started. The bacteria is established. I put the fish in, and I don't have any issues. I've done it the other way, and I've had situations where I've had what I thought was a cycled sponge filter, And if the bio load isn't the same, the bacteria still don't catch up, and it's caused me some kind of precarious scenarios before, and I'm not into it, right? I take it really seriously. So
Mhm.
I think for that situation, that I'm a little bit more particular, but when it comes to bringing fish home for an existing, aquarium, it's plop and drop for me.
Nice. Hey, Stephen P. Hi.
We got
Looking strong fish.
we got Skull is in here as well, our buddy Curtis.
Now let me
Best-
ask y'all this.
hmm
So this would be my first time ever getting a shipment of fish. Anytime I've ever gotten fish, I've always gotten them locally and brought them right home. So it has always usually been a plop and drop. Now, when getting a shipment of fish that's an overnighted shipment, it's not a long process like as if it was coming from a somewhere across the world. It's
hmm
not extremely far from me, but it's not so close. It's an overnight shipment. Is there anything that you would do differently
Mm.
with fish that come that way as opposed to something that you get locally?
Hmm.
Other
it
than
depends.
quarantine.
It depends on the fish. Okay. Depends on the species. If they're a more of a finicky species that tend to be more finicky,
Mhm.
I would do a drip acclimation.
Mhm.
Basically, to get the water perimeters, that way it's a slow adjustment. Now, of course, it
Mhm.
depends on the bag of species. If that bag of species is dirty and it looks like there's a lot of ammonia, then
Right.
I'll probably do a flop and drop
Mhm.
because I need to get them out of that environment. But if they look okay and they come in, I'll probably do drip acclimation.
Yep. So-
Something else I thought I should mention with about the company I mentioned earlier that I'm receiving the fish from, Cichlidsshire. They actually, after I made the selection of fish that I wanted, they informed me that there would be a 3-day quarantine period, and then after that they would be shipped. So they actually quarantined the fish at their facility before shipping them out to you
Mhm.
So,
to ensure that they are healthy.
and are you going to be doing a quarantine or anything like that? Medication or anything like that?
No,
Um, do you have
I've never
backup?
had the need to do so with peacocks,
Yeah.
or the cichlids in general. There was one that which I didn't really know a lot about it at the time, but I had a Buccochromis, and it had oh God, what was the name of it? Lymphocystis, I think it was called. And it's some kind of virus that affects cichlids. It's not fatal to them at all, but it is very ugly aesthetically. It doesn't look good on the fish. It looks like popcorn on their lip or on their fins.
Mhm.
And sometimes it can grow near the gills as well. It's essentially like a viral tumor on the fish.
Okay.
Again, it's not fatal. It doesn't harm them. There is suggestion that shows that it shortens their lifespan, of course, like anything like that would. But everything that I read, it really wouldn't have benefited me or the fish in any way to actually quarantine it or give it medication because there's not an actual treatment for it that I was able to find.
Mhm.
And I would say I just was I wanted to comment what you had said, Vibes, right? That for finicky fish, I think it makes sense to certainly do something a little bit more involved, like what you had said. For me, I don't tend to keep fish that I would consider to be finicky, right? They've all been they're adaptable to a lot of range of temperatures and water conditions. So yes, I absolutely agree. The way I had mentioned it before, was pretty minimal in process, and it was just because I don't have any of those species that I feel like tend to create a need to do something more involved. I also did want to say, Juanita said when getting new fish, she gets out the buckets and the drip equipment because the water is liquid rock.
Yeah.
And that's another great point, right? If you've got water that's on an extreme, then yeah, I think that's another situation where you're potentially going to find that the water they're coming from is very different. If it's from an area where it's more kind of a neutral-ish pH, or moderate hardness, that I think is a little easier for fish to tend to acclimate to. If you're on the extremes, yeah, I think you need to do something like that. I'm also blessed with, our TDS isn't crazy high. It's
Right.
150 or 200 TDS or something like that. So, we know we've got some minerals in the water, but it's not ridiculous. pH is pretty normal. In my African cichlid tanks, it's, probably like 8 to 8.2, but that's because I run aragonite sand
Right.
to keep it buffered up. And
Help.
but it's in the mid sevens in the other tanks that don't have that. So I think you definitely have to pay attention to some of those factors. What you showing there, Mariah?
And that's my test strip I just stuck in the tank.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Test your perimeters before.
Sure. Yep.
I like to test. I test my tank before and after the water change, and I'm gonna test the water in the bags that they come in to see how off they are. Because one thing is I've got the hardness in this tank is way high. Our tap comes out very hard as well. It's just like they were saying, hard as rock.
Mm-hmm.
And the pH is pretty balanced for the most part. I mean, sometimes it's a little high, but that's just because it's due for a water change tonight anyways. But like I said, I've never had trouble as far as South Americans and Africans living together. I've never had trouble really acclimating them as far as water parameters goes. Because as y'all know, I mean, the bigger cichlids are fairly hardier fish. And they can put up with a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do want to comment. The Skull Aquatics put in the chat, and the Aquafunk. 3 days, just get the food out of them before shipping. Smokey, the reason for 3 day thing is to starve them so they don't crap in the back of the trip. True.
Sure.
Okay, so yes, that's part of it, but they also sent me a actual video of their quarantine facility. And it's completely legit. They do actually feed the fish in their quarantine area as well, but yes, they do cut back on the amount of food they receive.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, not feeding a fish for 3 days is not starving it. Okay?
No.
Just
Oh
saying.
no.
But it does help though.
Right.
Yeah,
Come
for
out
sure.
before.
Did you see Steven's comment?
Yes, I was just reading that.
Good.
What concerns me is the potential ammonia content in the shipping bag. Adding high pH water via drip acclimation could be raising the ammonia toxicity tenfold. I agree, Stephen, 100%. And that's why normally I don't drip acclimate at all. Even for the ones that are, like I say, finicky. Now, the only reason I would because if the person who or place I'm getting it from is a totally different environment, maybe I don't know. It's like on each shipment is gonna be different. So when it comes in is when I kind of decide what I'm gonna be doing at that moment. But for the whole, about 99.99% of the time, it would be flop and drop, and it'd be just fine.
When they come in tomorrow, I'm gonna take a look at the bags and see what kind of condition the water is in and everything. And if they're looking pretty good, I'm probably not even going to bother doing a drip acclimation. It's that, well, also considering the results of the water test as well. But they're probably just going to go into a bucket and wait to go into the tank. I'll just temperature acclimate them and drop them in.
Yeah.
And Ross Baltimore just joined us.
Hey, Ross, welcome in.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important to judge the situation you're in, right? Take a look at what you're dealing with. If you've got a situation where you got fish that are struggling, that's clear. You got to get them out of the bag, and hopefully you can get them back in good shape. And yeah, I think that the type of fish, the size and age of the fish, all of those things I think I'd consider. You can also sometimes, some of the sellers will list the water parameters that they keep their fish in on their websites. So that may be something also that you can see to say how different is the water that they're coming from. That's another sign in my mind that, if it's similar enough, you may be just better off just plopping and dropping. I think you got to just look at all the factors and kind of make a judgment call.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, the fish behind me, that that's done quarantine. Not really, but the Carapunctius, those. Everyone's telling me you need drip acclimate. Well, I didn't. I temperature acclimated them. That was it. And I tell you what, I had the survival rate was 100%, no issue.
Mm-hmm.
So happy. Place I got them from actually sent me an extra one, just in case and they all made it, no issue whatsoever. So
those are cool little fish, man.
They are. I do want to shout out DJ Guppyfish. Mr. Vibes. Been spending every second with my granddaughter. She's moving on Saturday out of state. Aww. That's going to be hard. Hey, Sal, why are you even here? You should be with your granddaughter. Spend every minute you got before she leaves.
Better yet, bring her to the stream.
Ooh. Now, look who's advertising tonight. Oh, true. Hey, that's a good point, y'all. June just brought up about you need to know if it's a breather bag or not. If it's a breather bag, please do not float the bag to acclimate temperature.
That's right.
That will kill them. Okay, there's a good chance that they will not make it because they can't breathe.
Yep.
So put them in either in a regular bag or in a bucket. But yeah, please don't float the breather bag to acclimate them.
Yep, that was a good tip.
And a lot of people anymore, even the sellers are encouraging their buyers to flop and drop.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of merit to it. They're in a bag that's not the the easiest environment to be in, right? It's overnight. They're going to produce some level of waste, right? Even if it's just aspirated through their gills, right? And so the sooner you can get them out of that water, I think in general, right? Speaking in broad generalities, kind of the better to put them into an established aquarium with, cleaner water and, to get them sort of back into an environment that's really meant for them to survive longer term. Yeah, I think in general that makes a lot of sense. I think it also for the less experienced keeper,
Yeah.
It's less variables. I am a big fan of less variables. I think the more that we leave up to people having to make a judgment call, the tougher it becomes. So I feel like if you tell somebody to plop and drop, in a lot of cases, they're going to have success. Right now, there's always going to be the cases where it doesn't work out for one reason or another. But I think in general, it is a bit more of a method where you're going to have a harder time messing that up.
Yeah. On the topic of breather bags, there's some questions in the chat.
Mhm.
I do want to answer them to my best ability. How do you tell if it is a breather bag? Jenna P has a good point. Breather bags will completely be filled with water. They don't need to leave room for air. True.
Mhm.
What? Hey, outside aquatics. Dumb question? No, definitely. Hey, there ain't no dumb question. Well, what exactly do breather bags do? Like they let oxygen in, so I can use regular air, not pure oxygen for vacuum. Breather bags let oxygen through the bag, so you don't need to add air to it or anything to the bag. It's water and fish. That's it. Because it's a breather bag, so it's gonna let air in and gas out. You know what I'm saying, right? Whatever. There's an exchange.
Yep, there will be an exchange of atmospheric
My
air.
question is, how does it do that without letting the water out?
Do what?
I mean, I would assume it's something to do with molecule size, but like
Oh.
I'm not. Uh-oh.
I think she might. Okay. She got a back signal.
She's back.
Welcome back. And like Skull says, most of them say it on the side of the bag. And if you ain't sure about the bag when they come in, and if there any directions in the box, etc., treat it if you expect that they are, treat them like they are, and go ahead and put the fish or whatever in a Tupperware container or in another bag before acclimating.
Mm.
Or
Yeah, and Steven,
you could do. I saw somebody do this once with some. I think that's what they were, because they were completely full of water when they got them. So that's probably what they were, was the breather bags.
Yeah.
But instead of dumping them into another bag or just dumping them into a tank, they opened up the bags and like clothespenned them to the rim of the tank and let them float that way with the top open.
That's a good point.
Steven said plastic can be gas permeable but not water because water molecules are larger. Yep. So that's what I was.
That makes sense.
I was saying that I figured it was a molecule size thing.
I've actually played with the breather bags. I put water in the bag, put it in a backpack, sat on it. Now, if you put enough pressure on the bag, it's going to drip slowly.
Well, yeah, if you sit on it, vibes.
Hey, I was doing a 100% test on it. I want to see.
Did it pop like a water balloon?
Yes, it popped like a water balloon. He sat on it.
No, actually, I didn't. I actually threw it on the ground, no issue. So, there is some now. Probably depends on the breather bag, but I used the one. I think was it Amazon, eBay? I'm not even sure what I got them from. But
okay,
I tested them out to see the quality of these bags, and they tested out better than I expected. So, yes, everyone's agreeing.
Yeah. Jenna wants to know how the Frontosa was that you tested the breather bag with.
Oh, while I sat on the bag?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, actually, hey, Jenna P, hey.
That explains the bump on its head.
No, it's floated up. It hasn't gone down yet. By the way,
that's what she said.
I wasn't going there.
Oh no! Oh, we did make it almost 40 minutes.
I don't know about these guys, y'all. Hey, a quick disclaimer, y'all. When I was doing this testing on these bags, there were no fish harmed in the making. I put
No,
water
it sounds
in
like
it.
they were having a good time.
Now, okay, when I was testing with fish in the bag, I was testing them to see how they would react for like 4 days in the bag, and no issue. Now those I tried those with the mollies, some black mollies that I had. I put them in bigger bags. I put them in my backpack in my house for half a week. Check them after 4 days. Pull them out, look at them. See what the waste is in the bag, etc. No issue. Of course,
You kept them in your book bag for 4 days?
Yeah, my backpack for 4 days.
You took them to school every day for 4 days?
No, and that would be a good point. I should have to really get the full test, but I checked the water. Of course, there was a bit of waste in the bag, but I was surprised. So, see what it was. I was testing it. The goal was to bag adult peacocks up in these bags, put them in my carry-on, and fly somewhere. That was the goal. So,
so that way you were flying for scientific purposes, not a vacation while you sat on the beach in the Caribbean. Nice. Good idea.
I shipped successfully with bigger bags, but I only use those shipped guppies in those. Yeah. I understand that, Ross, 100%. Because now it wasn't even a day with these adult peacocks that I put in beaver bags to when I traveled. The reason even for Joseph's, by the way, I done it. Okay, not adult size. These were still babies yet for Joseph's, but the peacocks were no issue. So it's just an idea. Do beaver bags come in different males? I had 5 mil bags that were not popped just before. Now that outside aquatics, I do not know the answer. That question.
Skull said yes.
Okay. There you go. Because I was never worried about that part. So maybe the bags I got are the thick ones. I don't know. Now that would be a schooling fish.
Yeah, if you took them in your bag every day in your book bag. Now
a lot of sellers or fish stores don't have them because of the price. They're not economically budget friendly at all. They are pricey, y'all. That's why a lot of fish stores and sellers that ship, etc., or even to give to the customers when they buy fish there, because of the price. It makes sense. No.
Outside and Aquatic says, now that would be schooling fish. Taking it in your book bag to school.
Now, what I've done to prepare for new arrivals. Hey, by the way, y'all, I did put a video out yesterday. Actually, was it yesterday? It came out about the fish rescue. I think it was the new fish. Anyways, by the way, y'all, if you've been wondering, since the secret's out now, behind those paintings in the vibe sign, behind there are the new fish. By the way,
who let the secret out?
Ooh,
I went and rescued them. So.
Okay. Because earlier when we were talking about it, I didn't realize you had done a video on them yet. Okay.
Now, probably most of y'all probably haven't seen it yet, so that's another reason I have not opened it up yet. I put the video out last night about it, so had a great time. I met a fellow hobbyist, wonderful person. He's been in the hobby for many years. It just his wife wanted a different tank setup. She was more for the community tank. So and the ones that he had were not community environment safe. So
Are the Bosemani still in there?
no, they're not.
They're not.
And I thought about it, but I said, you know what? There's a good chance that they would not fare too well with the newcomers.
Got it. Okay. Curtis says he's got a private video of the new fish if I want to see them.
Yeah, he does. He actually does. And also, I wanted to do a quarantine on these new guys as well, which this tank has been running now. Was it 3 years? So now it had fishing before, but the amount of fish weren't as much as this new ones now. So I did add, like Mariah was mentioning, I did a water change. Of course, I dechlorinated. I dosed salt, which salt is a aquarium salt, which is a great electrolyte for your fish. I dosed it with that, and it was a success. So, in an existing tank setup, already a head start, y'all. Now, of course, if you have a 40-gallon tank of guppies, and you let's remove the 40-gallon. Let's say 100-gallon tank of guppies, and you pull the guppies out and put in photosins in. There's a bigger waste, y'all. So be careful when you do that because you might have to dose with stability or basically add more beneficial bacteria to the tank to compensate for the different species. Now, you can add stuff every day to the tank, but yeah.
Yeah, so I think you hit on a point that I've struggled with, right? Which is this idea of having a cycled sponge filter, being able to set up an aquarium on kind of quicker notice. And the difference in bio load makes a big difference. And I've been caught out by that where, oh, okay, it'll have some bacteria in it. I'll put it into an aquarium, but if you're very, very low stocking, which some of my aquariums are, and so I have to be really choosy on which aquarium I use to cycle that sponge filter because it's gonna impact if I put it in one of my White Cloud tanks and it's got like 10 babies in it, and then I try and use it on an aquarium that I'm putting in 7 or 8 adult fish, right, of a good size, right? Very different potential for bio load, and I've been caught out a little bit on that where I didn't factor that in. So I think it's great that you bring up that topic because it's really, I think that's what's caused me in a lot of cases to want to go back to my tried and true method of if I'm setting up a new aquarium to cycle it first. Now it doesn't allow for either a quick purchase or an emergency purchase type situation, right? So that's difficult, right? But I just feel so much better knowing that I can cycle it repeatedly that way, and I haven't had an issue.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried using like substrate or even plants or hardscape from an existing setup or start a cycle on a new tank?
You can.
I have moved plants. Yeah, for sure. To try and I mean, I've usually done it because I've wanted the plants in there. It really hasn't been driven just by wanting the bacteria, but it is a nice sort of side effect. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
On a pinch, what I've done, if I didn't have any beneficial bacteria in a bottle, I would use prime or stress coat
Mhm.
and, and once every day for 5 days, and I didn't have an issue. So basically, I was detoxifying the ammonia in the tank um, during this time process. But yeah, having extra sponges, it definitely helps y'all to
Mm-hmm.
make it's in the cycle. Now the idea is to have a big, humongous bio-load tank all the time. You're able to pull a sponge out for
Mm-hmm.
a smaller tank.
So what you're saying is I need a Frontosa tank, and that needs to be where I put my sponges
Exactly.
in. I got it. I got it. Curtis says I need more tanks and a lot more fish.
I saw
So
that.
I mean, I can't argue that would solve this problem.
hmm
Oh, something else I forgot to mention. I was lucky in the fact that I was able to choose whether or not I wanted either from 2 inches all the way up to 4 inches as far as the size goes for the new
Oh
fish.
wow!
So of course I went with the biggest ones at 4 inches because that is the closest size to what I have. The biggest one in there is the Jack Dempsey, and he's about right at 5, maybe 5 1/4. And the Texas cichlids are probably right at about 4.5. So about 4 inches should be good, and 4 of them will be. I think it's gonna be good. I'm so excited, y'all. I've been talking about it all day at work.
Yeah, which is awesome.
I
think
switched
Steven,
shifts with somebody and everything so I could be home to get my fish. Because originally I was gonna have to try to talk my mom through how to do this over the phone.
oh, that sounds like a recipe
Nerve
for
wracking.
disaster.
Yes. And my mom, when we go like actual fishing, like with a pole and bait, she won't even take a fish off of the hook. So
Yeah.
to ask her to try to touch one of my fish to put it in a tank or even put it in the net, that would have been trying to talk my mom through that process while I'm at work in the grooming salon with dogs barking, the phone ringing, and the blow dryers going in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I would have had a mental freaking breakdown, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's no reason for that. So this is good. And the chat is writing the jokes tonight. This is
Yeah, I saw that, and I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going there, y'all.
Oh, this is good. That does my heart good to see that we have influenced the chat, or maybe it's the chat that's always been influencing us. I don't know.
Well, Jenna, that's a really good question. But I guess we'll find out when they get here.
Yeah,
I was
fair
told
enough.
that they were 4 inches, so we'll see.
Who told you? Back to the chat, y'all. Sorry about that.
Oh,
we
wait a minute. Our
discussing-
fearless leader almost joined us down the trail here.
No, hey, I backed up. Oh. Are we discussing
Almost.
getting impulse spot fish? I plan each tank out for fish. When the fish arrive, tank is waiting, cycled for them. Hey, June, that is the perfect idea.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Not impulse bought fish, but definitely unplanned for. But luckily, I did have plenty of time to prepare, and I still have stuff that I got to do this evening, but I've got plenty of time to prepare the tank for the fish. And Scully, there definitely will be an unboxing video, and I'm probably gonna do a pretty long live video, honestly, of the unboxing and the I might just do water change tonight or partial water change tonight, and then rescape and partial secondary water change in the morning, because I'm not supposed to receive the fish until later in the afternoon tomorrow.
Okay.
So that'll be plenty of time for the tank to settle.
You'll be home all day tomorrow?
Yep, all day.
You're gonna be sitting on the front porch just waiting for the UPS man. Or
I'm not
lady.
gonna be sitting on the front porch because it's gonna be 98 degrees today with a 78% humidity or something like that. I'm gonna be sitting right here waiting for my little panel on my wall to light up, letting me know somebody's at my door
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
in my air conditioner.
Mm-hmm. There's gonna be a new Fish Watch live stream all day tomorrow.
And Henry said, "This is why I love this community. All these jokes make my day." That's awesome, Henry. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
And listen,
Diddy.
my live stream tomorrow is it might not even be all fish all day. Y'all might get to see me cook a little bit. I might dance a little bit with the dogs. I might do some karaoke. Y'all just gonna have to stop by and watch. It's gonna be a time.
Oh my.
Hey,
And
Smokey.
yes, I will. I'm gonna bust out my tape measure. Best believe. Best believe I'm gonna be busting out the tape measure.
You know what, yo? I put a poll in the chat. I know last week, whenever I did, I forgot to cancel it or stop it until after the stream was over. So I'm gonna end it now. Did you make someone else's day better? Was the question. So sorry about that, y'all.
By the way, I just want to go on record in saying, y'all know what a regular piece of notebook paper looks like, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So for those of y'all that don't know, standard notebook paper is 8 inches long. Just think about that for a second.
Technically 8.5
much-
wide, right? 8.5
I'm
by
gonna
11.
let y'all think about it.
Oh God.
Just saying, just think.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Okay.
So
Understood. ATF Mike is here.
they should be about half the size, half the length of a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hopefully.
Hey, Mike. All things fish. Good to see ya. Long time no see.
I wonder if the center hole punch would actually be the center of either side, like mathematically.
What? You've lost me completely.
On a piece of notebook paper, you've got 3
Yes.
hole punches.
Yes.
I was saying, I wonder if the center hole punch is actually the center mathematically on the piece of paper as far as measurements goes.
I think in general, like top to bottom center, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in general.
Well, yeah, I mean, in general, yeah. I just mean when you get down to the nitty gritty, like individual measurements, like down to the millimeters or whatever, the smaller than that, nanometers and all that other crap, if it would actually be accurately symmetrical from top to middle and bottom to middle.
Oh.
Like the same distance between each hole punch. Never mind. This is so off topic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
A dollar bill is just over 6 inches. So that's a good point, Steven. I never thought of that. You're $1 bill measure stuff. Okay.
And a penny weighs about a gram if it's a new penny.
Oh.
Okay.
The facts just keep flying in tonight.
Yeah.
And your foot is the same length as your elbow to your wrist.
Yes. So in other words, you can use your foot to measure stuff, huh?
You can use your arm to measure stuff.
Oh.
If you know how many inches your feet is, then you can just use your forearm.
Right.
Well,
Then you
shoes more specifically, but you know.
Right. So in other words, y'all measure your shoes. That way you can measure stuff easy when you're out and about.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so for just like shoe shopping, but you know, if you don't
Oh.
want to like actually try the shoes on, you can just see if it fits your arm or not. But I digress.
So after these new arrivals come in, you add them to your tank. How soon do you do a water change on that tank?
Sorry, what was that?
After the new fish come in and you add them to the existing setup, how soon after you add them do you do a water change?
I'm probably gonna do it after about 3 to 4 days.
And during that time, do you test the water for ammonia?
Yes,
Nitrate?
I'm gonna be testing the water every day. Um, Probably once a day, depending on how they come in. If they come in looking good, everything's goes well, then I'm probably just gonna do it once a day. But if I'm not as confident about it, I might do it a little bit more, probably 2 or 3 times, just to stay up on it. And you actually reminded me earlier, I forgot to get it today. I'm gonna have to get it in the morning. I need to get some more aquarium salt as well. That I am gonna be adding to the tank.
And you give Petco, or where do you get it from normally?
Well, I mean, I work for PetSmart, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that discount.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like it with measurements in the chat, y'all.
If you don't want to try on pants, the correct size should be if it fits around the girth of your neck.
Yeah.
Yep. All you gotta do is put the waistline around your neck. And
Now,
if you want to see
Like
if
you
it
gotta
fits your
stick
leg,
your head
you can take
in the pants?
No, you don't stick your head in the pants. You take the waist, you take
Yeah.
each side of the waist and you just wrap it around your neck and see if it fits. If the sides touch, then it fits. If they overlap, then it's too tight. If they don't touch, then they're not going to fit.
right.
Oh.
Now,
And you can do something similar with your leg to see if it will fit your thigh as well. You can take both sides of the seam flat against each other and just lay it on your leg. And if it comes halfway over, then you know it'll fit. If it doesn't, then it won't.
yeah. Now, what I've done, I know exactly the length from my fingertip to my elbow. If a pant, if this will fit in a pants with the zipper shut, it'll fit me.
If your arm from your elbow to the tip of your middle finger fits in the pants, so like if you put your arm that way in the pants,
yeah,
yep,
and so like
in
the
the
waistband
of
is
the
like
pants.
above your arm,
Yep,
side to side, right? Okay.
yep.
it's kind of cool. Our bodies are very proportional, y'all.
I'm very interested, and thank
Hey,
God you
Steven.
explained that to me, because I could definitely picture myself throwing a pair of pants over my head to see if the waistband like.
I can picture TJ over there running into the mirror like because he can.
Bam! Mariah told me this was gonna work.
No, don't be putting that on Mariah now. Shoot.
Yeah. Now, of course, that measurement ain't guaranteed 100% for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, try it out at home and see where you're at in this, what we just talked about. And, you know, say you might need to add an inch to it or whatever, or subtract an inch, whatever.
I think Dee Dee's right. A lot less work just putting the pants on.
Yeah.
Outside it said, but when I gain weight, my forearms don't get longer.
No. You guys are going to be the people at Walmart. Yeah, yep. You go to bed
Yo,
right
that
in.
website was like the highlight of 2007, 2008.
Huh.
People of Walmart.
That was
If
that
y'all
was
never got on that website, you got to go check it out. Peopleofwalmart.com. Oh my God. Enjoy that laugh, please.
It's pretty
okay.
good.
It is absolutely, it's just perfect. You have to go see it.
And I think Ed's going live tonight, y'all. So hashtag. Pat?
Checking it out
I
right
saw
now.
new fish.
Hashtag new fish. Okay.
Oh no, hashtag new fish. Who this?
9:30.
So he'll be live in 10 minutes, y'all. Yeah, but Didi, what do you do if the clothing try on clothing place is shut down? You try it on right
Yes,
in the
Billy posted the link in the chat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just take them home and try it in the comfort of your own house.
Yeah, but then if it don't fit, you gotta return it.
I mean, yes, that's true.
Hey, Sharkfin, welcome in. Eugene, good to see ya. No, I like this hashtag new fish. Let's keep it simple, y'all.
I'm gonna just go on record and say, be glad you don't have to be glad you don't have to shop for clothes as a female. It's so much
Yeah.
more difficult to find clothes to fit us.
Yeah.
Y'all are like shirt, pants, socks, shoes, good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Night Owl, welcome in. I like Night Owl's comment. All these
I'm driving.
Everyone's being crazy.
Yep.
I'm still trying to
I'm
put
still
my
trying to put
arm.
my. Now I got to take my pants off, wrap it around my neck. Dang, really hope I don't get pulled over.
Hey, do it.
Oh God.
Could you imagine being the cop? He's
Yeah.
got his pants tied around his neck. He's trying to connect his foot and his forearm.
That's gonna go viral, y'all.
Oh my God.
All right, DD. Okay, you take them home, try them on. If it doesn't fit, put them back in the bag, never return. Exactly. See, that's the problem right there, and never return them. So, DD,
Who got money to blow like that? Not me.
Same here. So, DD, do you have a whole closet full of clothes and bags stored back in the corner of not returned?
Well, shoot, send them to me. I'll use them if they fit me.
I can hear that. That'd be difficult.
I just got the visual of blasting down the road, pants tied around the neck. You see, officer, it's like this.
Pants
I was
just
listening
blowing
to a
in the
live
wind.
stream, and they were talking about measurements, and I was trying it along with them. Sir, we're gonna need you to step out of the car.
Officer, my pants are not on.
I just want to say, if you're able to get your pants off while safely driving down the road, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
You're welcome, Juanita. What happened was Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we took a little bit of a left turn here on Vibes Aquatics here tonight. No NASCAR, but definitely took a left turn.
Yeah.
But all in good fun.
Mm-hmm. So, anything
Y'all
else you
know how
want
we
to talk
do.
about or touch bases on about this topic before we end the night?
You know, I think it's one of those where you got to use your judgment, what you're comfortable with, right, and what you think is going to be the most successful. It doesn't mean that there's not 10 different ways to make this happen. You know, it's just finding something that works and that you can be really reliable in repeating and keeping it as stress-free as possible. So I think we've talked about a number of different ways, and as usual, you know, the folks in chat have contributed a ton as well of their thoughts, and you know, I certainly appreciate that. And you know, I just think it's something that we all need to be prepared for and think about and kind of have ready. And it was a perfect opportunity with Mariah getting some new fish tomorrow for us to really, you know, think about this.
Yeah. Hashtag replay for the win, officer. Hashtag keep your pants on.
Hashtag keep your pants on. Yeah.
I like it. If you're unsure, hey, Jen, are you talking about the pants or are you talking about the fish?
I think both.
Didi, no.
Hashtag doesn't measure up.
I like this one. Yeah.
Oh my.
That's where we got into the pants thing, y'all. Sorry about that.
Hashtag man measurement.
How you gonna follow that one up there, fearless leader?
Anyhow. Hey, he made this one replay too, y'all. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you're able to keep your pants on the whole time. Thanks for watching. And before we head out, y'all, Mariah, what you got to say to the fish fam?
Same as always, y'all. Thank you for coming by to watch. King, don't judge me right now, boy. Okay. Treat other people how you want to be treated. Do unto others you would have to do unto you, and may God treat you how you treat animals and elders.
How about you, DJ?
Yeah, so you know, as usual, we had great participation from the chat. Thank you so much for all of our friends coming here and hanging out. And like I say every week, guys, I really appreciate the opportunity to be here with the two of you. I had another fun evening. I think we had a good time, and I'm really looking forward to hearing, Mariah, how things go tomorrow.
Yes. So, hey, moderators, you mind putting? Are you gonna be going live on Instagram or YouTube tomorrow, Mariah?
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to also connect my Instagram to StreamYard as well, so I can stream simultaneously. But if not, then it will be through YouTube.
Okay. So, moderators, you mind putting Mariah's channel in the chat? That way, everybody can go ahead and follow her. That way, you can follow her tomorrow and watching her unbag. That's gonna be all exciting, y'all. Anyways,
And hopefully, I won't have any audio issues and won't sound like a robot throughout my live. So,
all righty. Thanks again, everyone. Thanks for making a wonderful evening. Until next time, positive vibes only. Peace out, y'all. Bye.
bye, y'all. Have a good night.
And a wonderful weekend, y'all.